So hey, another video of Illuminati exposed on the subject of UAPs. So here we read the concern that UAP represents a technological leap by an adversary provides a strong justification for the massive investment in this space-based defense infrastructure, intertwining the UAP issues with global military strategies. So of course, there are national security things that are going on between countries. You know, like there are some fights because this is the point to create some fights, but um, they know what's up. They know we are monitored heavily. They know that there is pressure, right? I guess that we are going to see a bit what's going on, and they're like, we need to defend ourselves, but at the same time it's like they cannot defend anything. It's like, okay, so we are trying to do something. Like they cannot fight this. They cannot fight this, and they still try to get at me. This is the problem. This is demented. So air defense commands. Long-standing air defense commands remain the primary entities for monitoring territorial airspace and are often the first to register UAP incursions on radar or through pilot sightings. I want to add something, which is all the investment that they are doing right now. Like with me, they don't even need to invest in anything. It's like it could be given away. It could be given away because me, right? But somehow it's way too hard for them to let me do anything. Somehow just way too hard. So no gifts, right? It's like you don't want this. So why would you get it? It's like, no, I want to do me. So, but you won't do it right. It's gonna take you 50 years to arrive to the same point where I'm gonna arrive in not even a week, if not in the next hour, because they're gonna give it all to me, and then it's solved, and then we can just move on. That no, because like they are the best, so they have to make it happen from their own way, or pretend that it's them who came with the idea, or I don't know, like they don't even, they just want the fame, they just want the fact of being the one. It's not even about like the rest. This is why it's just like, this is why it makes no sense. And because like when you're like this in your mind, it's time to do something about it, right? You go, you take meds, or you go see a therapist. Please do this. Or done with your shit. So air defense commands. Long-standing, long-standing air defense commands remain the primary entities for monitoring territorial airspace and are often the first to register UAP incursions on radar or through pilot sightings. The North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, okay, a binational organization. Why binational? What does that mean? Between the US, okay, two. I was like, binational, but like this makes no sense if it is in the same with the same country, and because I understood that binational was like two in the same country, and then I was like, this makes no sense. Wait a minute. And then it's like, no, this is binational organization between the United States and Canada. So it's like, okay, it makes sense. Like sometimes it just disrupt me to think, to be like too on point, too on the thing. And I'm like, I don't get it. And then it's like, no, there's the answer right after. It's like, you do get it. Don't worry. Happened to me so many times. It's like, especially in lessons and like in course, I'm like, why? I don't understand. What's up? And then like I'm like, I wait 15 minutes for the answer, and then I'm like, oh, now that makes sense. Like so then it's like, what? What are you saying? This is why it's like when I get content like real quick, it's like I get the thing like the parallel information. It's like, oh yeah, okay, it makes sense. It's like I exaggerated a little bit, but like I watching content like super quick, it it has the potential to bypass my my thinking, the thinking that the course can provoke. And it's like if I go in my head and then in some emotions with the thoughts linked to not me not understanding, then I miss the cue on the information that comes next, like here, right? This is another thing of you're not stupid, you're just emotional about your thinking. uh so the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, a binational organization between the United States and Canada, is responsible for aerospace warning and control for North America. And control for North America, operating a vast network of radars and fighter jets to intercept any unauthorized aerial activity. Okay. To me, I'm just reading useless. Its headquarters are at Peterson Space Force Base, Colorado. Peterson Space Force Base. Peterson Space Force Base. Okay. And it maintains regional headquarters in Alaska, Canada, and Florida. Okay. Florida. hmm Alaska. Okay. For me, the point as well to be able to localize where there are some points, the naming and so on, the references. Within the US, the Air Force Global Strike Command, so this has been changed, I suppose. So the Air Force Global Strike Command, AFGSC, the AFGSC, is responsible for the nation's nuclear bomber force and intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, assets which have been the subject of numerous high-profile UAP encounters. Historically, I'm gonna come back on this if they do not come back on it. Historically, the Aerospace Defense Command, ATCOM, was responsible for the air defense of the continental US from 1946 until 1980, managing radar networks and interceptor squadron during the height of the Cold War UFO waves. Its missile warning and space surveillance functions were eventually absorbed by Strategic Air Command and later Spacecom. So the ATCOM was responsible for the air defense of the continental US from 1946 until 1980, managing radar, networks, and interceptor squadrons during the height of the Cold War UFO waves. Its missile warning and space surveillance functions were eventually absorbed by the Strategic Air Command later. Strategic Air Command and later Spacecom. So the warning and space surveillance, missile warning and space surveillance function. Okay. So yeah, during the Cold War was something with the nuke, and was some nuclear thing going on, tests, and uh, yeah, was terrific. It's like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. When was it? I was the end of the Second World War. The 6th of August and the 9th of August. 999699. The numbers. Wait a minute. No. 9 9 1 9 9916. So 7 and 1. 7 and 1, 3 days. Interstice. 7 1 plus 3 equal 11. Okay. 7 plus 1 plus 3 equal 11. It's like 340k of people. So of course it was to sacrifice the people. Was for nothing more than this. It's between 100k and 22 and 220k of dead people. Most probably some people have been kidnapped before to be brought to some human trafficking networks, and then no one would be there to attest of the thing because they would all be killed by the atomic bomb. So first that was Hiroshima, and then there was Nagasaki. Or it looks like it. They aim at Nagasaki instead of aiming at Kyoto. Tokyo, Kyoto. Yeah. So yeah, to avoid this, my celestial forces have been visiting during the conflict, the World War conflict, several bases, nuclear bases, so that this would not be happening anymore. Because the nuclear forces are highly destructive for the environment and the planet. And apparently, the stars as well, it has an impact on the universe as well, apparently. So, this is what's said. This is the legend. Um, to which I say to them, thank you, because they are still blocking the nuke right now, so that it would not escalate. And strangely, you don't hear about it. It's like, um, even though I mention it, you don't hear about it, because normally they just want to go in the other direction when I mention something. And I mentioned it once, and that's a big thing. That's a massive thing. Like nuclear war. Like everybody will be like, not happening. There is a reason. Um, because there it's like I have ordered that all the nuclear weapons of the world will be like just deactivated at some point. I ordered that. So I suspect that it has been happening. Intelligence and support agencies. Behind the scenes, the intelligence community plays a dispositive role. In the US, agencies like National Reconnaissance Office (NRO), National Geospatial Intelligence Agency (NGA), Defense Intelligence Agency (DIA), and National Security Agency (NSA) operate the satellite reconnaissance, geospatial intelligence (GEOINT), and signal intelligence SIGINT platforms that can provide the highest fidelity data on UAP. So behind several agencies of reconnaissance, of geospatial intelligence, of defense and national security, there are some satellites that are scattering everything to get high fidelity data on UAP. The NRO procures and operates reconnaissance satellites. So the Reconnaissance National Security Reconnaissance Office, it procures and operates reconnaissance satellites. The NGA, which stands for National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, analyzes the resulting imagery. And the NSA analyzes signal data. So okay, the NRA collects the NGA takes the image and analyze them, and the NSA takes the signal and analyze it. Okay. The DIA provides overarching defense intelligence and operated the Advanced Aerospatial Threat Identification Program (AATIP), the precursor of the precursor to today's UAP office. The data from these platforms is highly classified, creating a gap between what the public and even other government agencies know and what the core intelligence community possesses. Lol. It's like with me, it's like they're just like, who cares? Um, And yeah, while I'm reading, my mind like prompted on the quality of my English, and then I was thinking, um, or they just don't want me to be the king of the UK, to be the king queen of the UK, to be the monarch of the UK, while attacking me on the purity of my English. How dare they? It's like, it was a bit emotion like that. It was like, okay, they want me to it might be an attack on the integrity of my English. While it's been more than 10 years that I spend my life in English. I read in English, I study in English, I report in English, like everything. It's like, okay, I might make I make grammar mistakes and so on. But the thing is that right now, my brain is prompted so that I would make these mistakes first and foremost. And my English is not that bad at all. And I study in English. So, what the fuck is going wrong with you? It's like some stuff I can only talk about it in English. I cannot talk about it in French. I don't have the vocabulary in French for to speak about some topics. So, and I prefer to do business in English. It's like even in France, it's like even if I am in France, I do everything in English, right? So there is a reason for that. It's like in Germany, I was not learning um, German. I was not speaking German because I was speaking English all the time. It's like, oh no, they speak English all the time and they improve their English like this. Oh no, oh this is ah ah la la. So ah no. Yep, this is it. So yeah, this is what's happening when I'm reading, and it gets a bit in the way of me analyzing the data, and I'm like, what am I reading again? It's like I see a tip, and I'm like, oh, it's like the tips. It's like Stalk Yourself, and then I'm like, the precursor of today's UAP, and then I'm like, am I reading as well? And then I feel my tongue just like this. My tongue feels a bit like this, where I'm talking and doing this talk. So, yeah. And then like, you just don't want me to feel to look like I can read English. I'm not gonna get the crown. You know, they're gonna vote no. It's like, do they vote? Oh my god. Okay. Uh, it's like the integrity of your English has been attacked. Yes, it did. Um, I still speak. I'm still speaking. And okay, I'm not talking like this, like this in the UK, but I can still talk English. I don't even know how you pronounce the way you talk, but I'm sure at some point I can understand you. I promise. Oh my god, Scottish is gonna be like a mission. It's gonna be something. It's like, hey, you're talking like this. You're talking a bit like Spanish, and at the same time, it's a bit Latin, but it's not. You're talking like I had like people from Scotland in the police station. That was fun to hear them talk. I was like, they were saying Spanish words in the middle of the sentences. Like they are using Spanish words, and I was like, oh, in Spanish. And then I was like, no, this is not Spanish. They are talking English. Then I was like, but they don't speak Spanish. They don't speak Spanish, but they use Spanish words. Okay. That is interesting. I speak Spanish. ¿Puedo hablar un poco de español? ¿Quiere hablar español conmigo? Up. So, and I speak a bit German. Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch, aber nicht so viel, weil ich mehr Englisch kann. Mehr Englisch ist, I don't know. The Clinician sounds like weil ich kann Deutsch, ich kann Englisch. English. Ah, that's auch korrekt. Okay. So one ein 1.2 offiziell UAP UFO investigative bodies past and present. I don't know what I'm doing. Past and present. Official UAP UFO investigative bodies past and present. Better, right? Governments around the world have adopted, and I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak French. Uh, I don't know how to speak languages. Governments around the world have adopted stark. This is German, stark. Das ist sehr stark. Stark. This is strong. Stark. Governments around the world have adopted starkly. I'm sorry. different approaches to formally investigating UAP reports, ranging from systematic scientific inquiry to dismissive debunking efforts, and more recently, a renewed focus on national security. So what did I read? What did I read? Sorry. The world have adopted starkly different approaches to formally investigating UAP reports, ranging from systematic scientific inquiry to dismissive debunking efforts, and more recently, a renewed focus on national security. So yeah, we've been there. I won't rephrase. I don't want to elaborate on that. United States. There is a part on the United States. There is a part on France. There is a part on the United Kingdom. There is a part on Canada, and we don't have Germany nor Spain. So, the US has a long, convoluted history of official UFO investigation marked by public-facing programs often at odds with classified internal assessments. So there is the Blue Book project. There is the ATIP Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program that was led from 27 till 2012. There is the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, which started in 2022. And then there is the NADA UAP independent study that has been led between 2022 and 2023. So let's go. The Project Blue Book from 1947 until 1969. The best known early effort run by the US Air Force from Wright-Patterson, AFP. Over its 22 years. So both Patterson. Oh, I think Patterson was. I talk about it later. I think that Patterson was the family name of the people that were taking the blame for the air crash. Patterson, and I think that this is a family from Manchester, Westminster, Westminster. I don't know. Right is a with W is an Illuminati last name as well. So Illuminati was there. Over its 22 years history, it investigated 12,618 sightings, concluding that 701 remained unidentified. Okay. The project's official conclusions, published in 1969, sorry, were that no UFO ever posed a threat to national security and that no sighting represented technology beyond modern scientific knowledge. this is this is such a fallacy how it's presented. It's like nothing was a threat, so there is no advanced technology. Ah, that makes sense actually. Unless you do not define advanced technology as a threat. So, however, declassified CIA documents from 1952 reveal that the intelligence community was deeply concerned about unexplained objects at great altitudes and traveling at high speeds near major defense installations and criticized Project Blue Book's case by case investigation as insufficient and geared toward public relations rather than genuine scientific inquiry. The Wright and Patterson have been doing the work of deception. The project's declassified records are now held by the US National Archives. So basically, they haven't done the job and they were like, nah, it's nothing. There is nothing happening. And then, like, the CIA, other people were like, hey, there is problem that we have problems there and you didn't do your job. So AAT, so there are UFOs already back then, and it was not talked about, it was censored basically. Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, 2012, revealed to the public in 2017. Okay, AATIP was a small secretive program within the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, funded with 22 million at the request of former Senator Harry Reid. Harry Reid. Its purpose was to investigate UAP encounters reported by US military personnel, particularly Navy pilots. The program, sometimes referred to by its official contract name, Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Application Program, as SAP, Systems Application for Program, Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Application Program, Weapon Systems Application Program. Commissioned studies on advanced physics concepts like warp drives, and warp drives. And documented cases of biological effects from UAP encounters, including radiation burns and unaccounted for pregnancy. Eh? Unaccounted for pregnancy. Oh my god. So this is real. What's happening in the Umbrella Academy? Like there has been cases of like Jesus. Really? Like Mary. Okay. Where are the kids? And then radiation burns. It's like, we've been hurt. How do we do this? How do we heal this? We've gone too far. Classic. How do we heal this now? Please, need information. Um, and is there any after effects from UAP encounters? Just in case, I want to know. Many cases we need to know what's up. Or it's like there are people from my bloodline. They aren't supposed to die from this. Um, All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office 2022 until present. The current official UAP investigation body within the Department of Defense, established by Congress to succeed the interim unidentified aerial phenomenal task force. My mind is just this is how crazy they are. Still, huh? UAPTF. So RO's mandate is significantly broader than its predecessors, explicitly including the investigation of objects that are airborne, submerged, or transmedium, able to transition between air and water. Oh, changing medium. Huh. There is nothing. How do they do this? It's like, what's this? Nothing happened. What's this? It's like, its mission is to uh, synchronize efforts across the DoD and other federal agencies to detect, identify, and attribute anomalous objects using a rigorous scientific framework. Arrow Arno, Arrow was has released reports and videos of both resolved and unresolved cases, and while it states it has found no verifiable evidence of extraterrestrial beings' activity of or technology, it acknowledges that a small percentage of its cases display potentially anomalous characteristics and lack sufficient data for explanation. It's like we don't know, like sufficient data for explanation. Have some ideas, but we don't know. And then here it's like, um, anomalous characteristics. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Acknowledges that a small percentage of its cases display potentially anomalous characteristics. Like what I've been going through it, like it very looks like we've been deciphering quite some stuff about the technology that has been recovered from alien technology. So, just saying. Tesla was saying that he was receiving insights from aliens, actually. Um, that was the wireless thing. Um, its mission is to synchronize efforts across the DoD. So yeah, basically they are studying oddly specific stuff that looks like they are aliens. They are really like taking seriously um, what alien technology could be and is, but there is nothing. There is nothing. It's as if I was starting to tell you there are perhaps some stuff called the kukulala that are flying and digging the earth, and then that I would, but they do not exist. And then I would be like, operating opening a program about the study of birds digging the of animals of beings um, digging shit of being flying of beings that flies and digging in the earth, and they'll be like, Nikukuala doesn't exist, but we are studying something that could be there, but they don't exist. Okay, it's like it's what I'm reading right now. I'm like, oh no, no. It's like me. I didn't say anything. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I don't have the name. So it's like it's unidentified. I don't know. You know. Um. It's like I cannot poop, and so what? There is no problem. So another UAP independent study, 2022-2023, a parallel civilian effort commissioned by NASA, provides recommendation on how the agency can contribute to UAP research. The studies team, the study team's final report, released in September 2023, emphasized the need for high quality, systematic data collection and the importance of using scientific rigor to move the subject away from sensationalism and towards credible analysis. So I didn't uh, register everything because they put me in a paranoid space, belief space, like what my stepdad and my mom would have while I was taking a nap, would have taken my poop away. Let people in to take my poop away. So while I was reading this, like this, it's like, are you fucking serious? It's like, can't you just let it go? It's like, are you that sick? It's like, you're really that sick? I don't know. The season reported the need for high quality systematic data collection and the importance of using scientific regard to move the subject away from sensationalism toward credible analysis. Okay, mambo jumbo. France, the Gaipan, Japon, GEIPAN, from 1977 until present. France, groupe d'études et d'informations sur les phénomènes aérospatiaux non identifiés. stands as a global model for transparent scientific UAP investigation. So it's not translated. It's a study group um, for information on UAPs, like aerospatial phenomenon non-identified, unidentified. Operating as a unit within the French National Center for Space Studies (CNSE), uh, JPAN has JPAN has a clear public mandate to collect and analyze UAP reports from all sources, including the gendarmerie, so the police, national police, and civil aviation authorities, conduct on-site investigations where necessary, and publish its archives and findings online. Japan uses a classification system that categorizes cases from A, fully explained, to D, unexplained. Category D, cases or those with high consistency and high degree of strangeness that defy conventional explanation. While most cases are explained, Japan acknowledges that historically around 7% of cases and more recently around 2 to 3% fall into this unexplained category. Famous cases investigated by Gapin include the 1981 Trans-en-Provence landing stress cases. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out. It feels desperate what I it's like these people are desperate people. It feels like they aren't you cannot find any anyone more desperate than those people. So here I'm seeing that they are several cases since the start of the year, but that past April there is nothing. What? So January 2025, 2024. It's like from 7%, all of a sudden it's like zero, 2 to 3 recently. It's like less and less. It's happening less and less. Whereas like here, like the entire neighborhood, it's like everyone's like, it's like since when there are planes here, and there is no plane. Hey, I'm hearing planes, but there is no plane. What's going on? Can you explain it to me? Nothing's happening. So United Kingdom, MOD UFO desk closed in 1909. So them they're like, there's nothing. You don't talk about it. You don't think about it. Never ever. Arno is 17. It doesn't exist. The British Ministry of Defence (MOD) maintained a public-facing UFO desk for over 50 years. In 2009, the desk was officially closed. The government's rationale, stated in parliament and press releases, was that in over 50 years, no UFO sighting reported to has ever revealed anything to suggest has reported to has ever revealed anything to suggest that extraterrestrial presences are military threat to the UK, are military threat to the UK, and that the resources were better prioritized for other defense activities. Surviving records, primarily from 1970 onward, have been transferred to the National Archives for public release. Documents prior to 1967 were subject to were subject to routine destruction. So before 1967 destruction. So here it's like, oh, they can't read numbers if we still do this. Okay, cool. What happened? This official stance of no threat is difficult to reconcile with the detailed contents of some of the declassified files, most notably the Randlesham Forest incident, which involved multiple credible military witnesses, physical traces, and radiation readings. Arno does not exist. Arno does not exist. No. Canada. The Sky Canada Project, 1992 present. In response to renewed UAP interest in the US and a recognition of its own fragmented reporting system, Canada's Office of the Chief Science Advisor launched the Sky Canada Project in 2022. The project's goal is to investigate specific UAP cases, but to review how to reports or how reports are handled across government and recommends a formal coordinated process. A preliminary report identified key gaps, including the lack of centralized reporting platform, inconsistent data collection, limited scientific analysis, and the proliferation of misinformation due to the absence of an official voice. The project's primary the project's primary recommendation is for Canada to establish a dedicated service modeled after France Gaipan to be hosted by a scientific organization like the Canada Space Agency (CSA). The service would collect and investigate reports, publish findings, and engage with the public and international partners, aiming to demystify the topic through transparency and science. So it's like the UK is like, nope. And then Canada is like, it's been a mess. Everything was disappearing and we were not investigating like very much, but was still investigated secretly. But like it was not. But we need to make to do it better. So yeah, this is it. So that was the 1.2. Then there is the 1.3. I think I might go through it tomorrow only. And yeah, I need to eat right now. I'm gonna watch something. This is gonna be like I'm gonna go through a table tomorrow, and that's it. Then I'm gonna put the thing online, and I'm gonna continue to. I might like just go in the garage right now and start the other playlist about radical, not radical science, but radical authenticity. Okay, so much goodie and